Hello, guys. It's Treyvon and Arman with the fucking UFC 267 was awesome. I have this sugar-free energy drink which tastes delicious. I just wanted to point it out. It's Kalawadi. And we're gonna get straight into it.
I have a water, which also tastes delicious.
I have water too.
Sugar-free as well, but after me. So,
I'm tired, homie. Maybe.
Look at that. He got him to drink water. I peer pressed him to drink water. He wouldn't have drunk it if I didn't see him.
He's right, and I accept this peer pressure. It's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than peer pressure me to drinking alcohol. So,
that's true.
Especially with all my. Anyway, continue.
You really want talking, but yes, UFC 267, I believe. Whatever I used to remember all the numbers and what they were. Don't remember the numbers no more. I've watched too much MMA. It is what it is. It was really good, really violent. Luckily, we have another good card next week that we're probably going to talk about after. Maybe after the card.
Maybe we'll do some predictions for it and touch up on it or something.
Yeah. So we'll review, I guess. Let me pull up the card real quick. I actually should have done that beforehand.
Yes.
Very, very unprepared.
So
and we'll just talk about the awesomeness.
The first fight, which you
we'll go top down.
Tagir. Oh, we're going top down. Okay. Well, we got Jan Blachowicz versus Glover Teixeira for the passing of the guard from Jolly Old Dad fight.
Exactly.
From one dad to another, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, how did you feel about it, Trey?
Man, I'm not going to lie. It was like a heavyweight fight, but I don't have much to say about it. But
yeah, it was.
I'm glad Glover won. Sad Jan lost. But I'm glad Glover won. I thought Glover was going to win this one. Our last episode, I predicted Jan was going to knock him out, but he didn't. He didn't at all. Glover hurt him.
Nice little sneaky left hook he always throws.
Yeah, it was a light heavyweight fight. Jan didn't like the can opener, which was
apparently
like very 2000 like
he herniated a disc in his back in that can opener or something. That's
not man. I'm sorry not to be mean, man. I really respect Jan, but man. You got it. Your can opener is not something that's a little bit embarrassing.
Yeah. Herniated disc at the age of 38 isn't exactly a great sign. But
I know, that's not good either. Yeah. I hope Jan gets okay. Man. I like Jan a lot. Respect him a lot, man. Happy as hell for Glover. Exactly. Glover will always have to say he's a champion. So will Jan. This is all good. Let's go on to the main event of the evening.
Yes.
Peter Yan versus Corey Sandhagen. Again, in the last episode, we didn't get to you guys didn't get to see because I think the audio was terrible.
We had audio.
My audio was terrible. It's my bad. Me and Arman basically hit this fight on the nail. It was 100%. As awesome as we said it was going to be. We displayed the dynamic perfectly. Fight was ridiculous. I'm gonna talk about this for 30 minutes. Peter Yan is like an all-time great. Again, all the episodes of Peter Yan we don't get to actually speak about, man. We're going with Aljo. That one was like a lost episode as well.
Yes,
I said he was all-time great to make it before then. Oh, we did? Yeah, we sure did, man. That's crazy, man. I forgot.
Yeah. Yes, we did. Unfortunately, we got copyright struck.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so Peter Yan's one of the best fighters I've ever seen in my life.
Same.
Kind of ridiculous.
He's so good.
And Corey Sandhagen also is so insanely good. I feel bad.
Same.
That he lost this fight. Like
this is like his best performance.
Yeah, and he's had a lot of good performances.
Yeah.
And like, that's ridiculous, man. All I gotta say, basically, which is a lot to say. Yeah, just Peter Yan's crazy. So I'll get into the details of the fight, man. Me and Arman before the fight were talking about how Jan is a building fighter, how Sandhagen is his toughest matchup in the division. He can move, he kicks a lot. He'll be hard to track down in the early stages. But as the fight goes on, Peter will start to make reads. He'll start to find his range. He'll start to pressure.
Yeah.
Which is, another thing we talked about. And then he'll start to cut off Corey and his motions with his strikes and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Basically, that's how the fight went. Little picture details that I want to go about with everything, man. You guys are so well-rounded. They're so good. I guess I'll start with Peter, man, first. Like, I love how he dealt with Corey's, like, range and a lot of volume, a lot of, like, feint and non-committal volume. He threw hard and overstepped a good bit, actually. I would say a good bit. But it was nothing too bad, in my opinion, and he always kept his eyes on
On
Corey and his footwork so insane. Corey had such a disgustingly hard time catching angles on him. And as the fight went on, especially like from the first to second-ish rounds, Peter would throw counter kicks at Corey in the exchanges.
Right to the body.
Because Corey would just keep a lot of keep a lot of hands out in front of him, and the hands in front of him doesn't allow you to protect your body. And it kept Corey's hands either at home or for him to take a body kick. So either or is a dub. You know what I mean? Peter started to play off of that. Started to now hit like dipping entries off of his motions to cut Corey off. His cage cutting forward was elite.
It was so good. You never see
really,
that
really
in
good.
MMA. And
he was.
Sorry, real quickly. Corey's cagecraft himself, his direction changes.
That's the thing. Yes, that's the thing. Corey's moving so well off the cage. It was so good. Like Corey was feigning, pivoting out, angling. Sometimes it worked really well. Sometimes he just kind of wouldn't get anywhere because Peter would just stay on him. Like a lot of times you see the camera, like he would straight, like both of them would strafe across the cage instead of like turn, which is what you see a lot of times in fighting. Like they're strafing the perimeter.
To do it.
Yes, exactly. Absolutely love that. As the fight started going on, from the beginning, both of them were attacking the body, but Jan's body attack did a good job of kind of muting like Corey's offense. Whenever Corey started to try to close the gap with punches, Jan would meet him with some things, and that would kind of stop Corey from like closing his gaps and shifting too aggressively. Early in the fight, Corey was being aggressive in his pressure, but as the fight went on, he couldn't because Jan would just stand his ground and start to hit him. So he had to, okay, let me just give myself better range. Absolutely love that. Jan was in southpaw for most of the fight, and he still did a good job angling and pivoting with Sandhagen. Again, Sandhagen was switching stances like constantly, just like time. So he wasn't like set to any stance basically.
As is a Sandhagen thing to do. He's kind of
yes, exactly. Yeah. I'm just detailing things that just pop into my head. That was so cool, man. Like the exchanges were so deep and layered. They would like punch, slip, pivot off both at the same time, come back with something they both would defend, come back again. There's so much depth in the exchanges. It was really awesome.
It really was.
And the way how Jan built into the fight was really, really good.
It was awesome.
Like he just had a little more layers to draw from than Corey, and his game was a lot more attritional based. The wrestling offense and defense for both was really good. Like Corey's entries are like super nice, like really, really good.
Better than Aljo's.
Yeah.
Oddly.
Being a good striker helps out your entries because you'll be better positioned, better ability.
Yeah. You're saying you could outposition the hell out of him.
His entries were really good. He even got a takedown on Peter. But I absolutely love this. Peter used the leg entanglement outside
heel.
I think outside Ashi. Yeah, outside heel from Ashi to get himself up. But Corey played a lot of good stuff in his wrestling and his grappling exchanges too. Both did. Peter also was really good in wrestling and grappling exchanges. Man, the fight was just crazy, man.
He's
like
such a good
I'm just naming
fighter,
things.
to be honest.
I know. Yes, exactly.
Especially he's so good defensively. Yeah.
Speaking of that, I love how Corey tied up the hands a lot.
Yeah,
like he just grabbed the wrist. Yeah, he would just grab the wrist. Corey would just grab the wrist, so that way Peter just can't clinch up with him. Which is actually really good because a few times he got in the clinch, he got elbowed a few times really hard.
Yes.
So he would just grab onto Peter's wrist, and Peter had a hard time just getting clinch injuries. He would just have to like free his wrist and back away, and it gives him some space. Again, like as the fight went on, Corey couldn't angle anymore as effectively as he wanted to. He had to kind of just be lateral motion with no real good angles. He didn't have his volume waned in terms of like meaningful volume. There's a lot of like really nothing volume.
BS volume.
Yes, exactly. You know what I mean? And that was because Peter broke him down, kind of killed his attacks. Because again, Corey was putting a lot of meaningless volume to set up good volume. And so Peter was so good defensively, he can kind of just pick off all the meaningless volume and not have to respect it and not throw big at it, even though he threw big a lot. Yeah. And then he could track down Corey with his footwork, his own footwork, track him down off of Corey's motion. Just a good fight. I mean, again, like Arman, you can talk about it. It's just so good, man. Just things popping up to my head.
The fight was so layered, like you were saying. Like I remember you mentioning to me on the phone afterward. Like you would watch the guy prepare to counter this guy's counter to the previous counter. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just so good. One thing I was super impressed by. Okay, a couple things. For one, in our early prediction, y'all will never see that. The audio was just so bad. I didn't realize how bad it was when we were recording. I tried to scrub it. I just couldn't fix it. But we talked about how we almost forgot. Petr Yan in the clinch is the disgusting clinch striker, but he never initiated a lot of clinch exchanges. Actually, I'm watching this right now, and at like 25 seconds of round 1, Corey goes for like a outside single leg. He fails at it, and every time almost Corey would initiate the clinch. Yan, like you said, would elbow him hard on the break. So, but he never like fought for the clinch himself. You know how he does that thing where he'll like strike into the clinch and then work from like a collar tie and throw stuff.
I think I would say no. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut you off. I think he had a hard time doing that because Corey was so at the end of his reach all the time. Like most of the time he hits Corey, it was moving away from it and all that. So he couldn't really grab onto anything except for when Corey shot or the few times Corey stepped to him as the fight went on.
Yes. But what I was saying was he punished Corey every time, except for, I mean, at a lot of the end of the clinch exchanges, Yan would end with like some kind of a punch or something, or usually an elbow. But what I thought was really cool about this fight was like the hand fighting that they did with each other was just super cool. They were checking each other's
Both of them were super good.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was very, very nice.
The parries, the slight slips, the parries into the slips, the parries into the obvious directions, the parries into the counters, the parries into the footwork. Like both of them with like parry shots. Like even Corey, he would stick his hands out to get Peter to stick his hands out and then move around that. But then Peter would move with him around that. So he'd just be back to neutral. And he'd be like, wow, man, it's, like I can see what they were both were doing. It was very good.
It was very good. Yan will sometimes really overcommit intentionally to some punches, but I think like he's caught a lot of guys off that by covering a bunch of ground.
A bunch of distance.
Yes, and it really works. He does that shifting thing where it's like an overhand right and it's overhand left. He'll also do, this was really nice, how he was hammering, like he will check your hands. I'm watching it here too. He'll check your hands and a hand fight, and then especially in this fight, slam a body kick into the open side. That was really important for the early going in this fight. I think really that he set it up, and great stuff from Yan. The spinning thing he did, where he overcommitted to a spin and then actually caught him and then threw like the left hook right after one. That's sort of what took Sandhagen. That's what changed the momentum of the fight. Sandhagen getting like really, really stuck. Like you said, he was doing a lot of lateral movement, but it wasn't able to find angles through which to enter. And because of that, although like he was trying to like, he'll do these juke things where he'll like direction change really well. But Yan was just like, not only was he mirroring him, he was also inching toward him marginally more and more with every step. And then, this caused Sandhagen just like, we're just getting his head popped straight back over and over again. And you kind of just have to feel for Sandhagen, to be honest, because this was his best performance. Like, it truly was.
Yes, it really was. Sandhagen is a championship caliber fighter to me, man. He's so good.
If it weren't for Petr, yeah.
Exactly, you know what I mean? Like, I think that hurt Sandhagen in his fight that Peter had, that I think I haven't seen Sandhagen show this type of skill, and it would have aided him against somebody like Peter, and it would aid him in general. Being able to sit down and counter, such an important skill set that it's hard to learn, man. Most guys it's really difficult. You know what I mean? And obviously, it's not Corey's game, which is understandable. His
game likes to hook off his jab. He likes to hook to the body off the jab.
Yeah, but I'm talking. Yeah, but like when Peter would close such heavy distance on him,
very few times he like ground and counter.
Throw back. Yeah, very few times he's able to throw back. A few times he might flurry with something off of that.
Mostly he moves,
but nothing. Yes, yeah, exactly. He'll just move out the way and kind of let the exchange go and get hit. Like you were talking about again, like the spinning backface, that exchange beforehand was so cool. I should be watching the fight right now, but I watched it like an hour ago, so it's still pretty fresh in my mind. I believe Yan overcommits on a big left hook, just steps through on it.
Yes,
and it really screws up. It really screws up. A lot of Yan strikes were really screwing up like Corey's like exits and exits perception of like when he's safe or not, because Yan overthrew the left hook and then just kind of took a half little break and then spun through it.
Yeah.
And Corey looked really like surprised.
And those are the ones that get you too.
Yeah. He was like, oh, he can throw off of that. I didn't really process that. Mm-hmm. Again, being able to sit down and counter he would have been able to probably hit him on that little pause, or at least like do something offensive to like get himself safer or be in position to defend. But
God, the pairing is just...
Yan did a good job of like, even if Corey would take an angle, he sometimes he would catch him just as he was moving, but he may wait half a second and then hit him off of that.
Yes.
As he re-angled, and it really screwed up and made it difficult for Corey to get a good timing or a good rhythm of like when he is safe and when he's not safe. And and things like that is so impressive. Absolutely love the kicking with Corey. Again, like you're talking about the spinning back kick. Love how he ties the hands up to get some kicks into the open side.
Yes.
How his a lot of his strikes covered massive distance while also covering a lot of like I guess like horizontal or like lateral ground at the same time.
Yeah.
And even when he would take big lunging steps, he would angle with it so he can catch Corey on his retreats.
Exactly. No, it was done with a purpose. It wasn't like the usual MMA stuff where you see guys. It was that's what. So people when we talk about cage cutting MMA, it's very important that you have good footwork. To keep up with someone like Khabib could not cut the cage, just run after you. But a big part of that, like when Paulo Costa fights southpaws, is using your looping strikes to intercept the movement of people. And when Jan would overextend or when he throws those like wide shifting thingies, they're always done with the like you were saying, like even when he would overextend, it was done at an angle to where you could catch Corey on the retreat, could catch Corey as he was moving out of the way. And to be honest, this was just like a really good pressure fire, getting the best of a really movie and typically like
good outfighter.
Yeah, a cage outfighter, exactly. Both of them were such good ring general or cage generals in their respective like styles. Like Corey being hard to pin down, although he has been Aljo. But then Jan just applying pressure, and honestly, it was just probably like one of the best fights I've ever seen against two of the best fighters in the UFC right now, with Jan probably being best or second best.
Like I said, man, my top two pound for pound is Jan and Volk. I don't care. Third is Usman. And Arman, everybody knows around me, man. I was high on Usman before everybody. I knew. I saw the vision.
You were.
I was like, you guys.
You really liked Usman.
You guys, yes, like, come on, you guys, man. You guys got to understand a good fighter when you see one.
You do.
But yeah, Jan and Volk are kind of ridiculous. So happy to see them fight. Top two, those two. Yeah, man. And Corey Sandhagen, man, crazy as hell himself, man.
I'm glad he took the loss so well. Like even like guys who are like, you know, Ben Askren, like they take losses so incredibly well, right? To the point where like
not Ben, he doesn't get better. Just saying he lost.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm not gonna lie, Ben Askren slander, man, pretty easy to do. Like just saying like, yeah, I lost. Like, okay, duh, you got flying knee in the head. You can't say nothing off of that. Like you got choked the hell out. You can't say nothing off of that.
Yeah, but it was, you know, you got to give him some props for after he gets flying knee, he just tweets, well, this sucks. I mean, or like when they asked him like, you know, he's like, people are talking shit, perhaps not rightfully so. After the Jake Paul, he goes, what do you mean not rightfully so? I just got knocked out by Jake Paul. It's embarrassing. You know, you got to give him. Yeah, see, now give him something.
A little bit, man. But like getting better, like actually taking the losses isn't just accepting it, which is extremely important. The first level, the first step, you do have to accept it. Then like make it better. Like you shouldn't be like you're gonna just sit there and like be like, yeah, you got knocked out.
But you don't think that he's a good sport is what I'm getting at. Like Ben Askren's like he could like contrast him to someone like whatever. We can argue about whether I'm not saying he's on the same level as Sandhagen as far as like improving losses are concerned, because obviously Sandhagen has. What I'm saying is it's wholesome to see, at least from my perspective, him being like, oh yeah, it sucked. But the point I wanted to make, barring the Ben Askren slander, because I don't like Ben Askren, I don't care. He like look at how DC takes losses. He's technically lost twice or three times in his career, like officially 4 if you count the steroid loss to Jones. It seems to like destroy his entire world. You know what I mean? And that's okay because people take things differently. But I was always like, man, like he, unless it's like the last time, like his like retirement fight against Stipe, like man, like there's always tomorrow. Like you can come back, you can win again. Like it's just
I can get it with DC, man, because goddamn, because Corey looked pretty sad too, man. Losing sucks ass. Screw that, man. Rather die.
No, I know it does, but like DC is like dude, like my thing is like.
Well, no, I will say John Jones one, like yeah, I can see how that hurt, like extra heavy, like the second one, like the head kick knockout
dude,
one.
I'm not even talking about crying. I'm not talking about crying. Like I would be in shambles if I lost. I'm talking about like no. I would be in shambles if that because I hate losing too. Yeah, but for me, it's like the door is not closed until like if I lost my last fight, then the door would be closed and I'm like okay. But I have like that like there's always next time. I can always try again. You know what I'm saying? Like so like for me like. Like whenever I didn't qualify for nationals my first year of active decathlon out of 2 years, I was like, this sucks, but I'll do it again next year. And then when I did, but I didn't win nationals my second year, that was way worse because I couldn't try again. I don't know. It's just, I just always have respect for guys who can get back on their horse and be like, no, I'm going to get better from this immediately versus like Ronda Rousey, who was just like, I am nothing. You know what I mean?
Like she took it the worst ways like in all the ways, like yeah. But no, Corey took it to me the most perfect way. He was very realistic, and he also said, "I'm going to catch it back," which is what I love to hear.
He's not.
Corey's
not
a real one. Corey,
yeah.
Yes, Corey was in the fight the whole time. He didn't let Jan punk him. He didn't let Jan show him up. He said, every time you hit me, I'm just gonna come back at you. I'm gonna fight with you. Yes, exactly. Fight was crazy. Both looked extremely prepared for each other. Corey was wrestling, which is on the cool ass thing to do. His entries were really nice. Really impressed with that. Takedown defense was really good. The exchanges were crazy.
Look, we can talk about this. This episode could just be about this fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro,
I mean,
yes, man.
But unfortunately, we have more to talk about.
That's the way how you handle a great outside mover.
Take notes.
That's the way how you handle somebody. How you handle a great striker who doesn't just get themselves pinned to the cage. For as great as Jan's pressuring footwork was, he very rarely actually got Corey to the cage.
Yeah.
A few times here and there. He had him in the black margins, like the black line, a good bit, but not. He really rarely got him like stuck because Corey was always moving well. So it shows like how good both were, how prepared both were, how Corey himself knows getting stuck to the cage is not ideal, and they both were just so prepared and so good for each other. We can talk about this fight forever, man.
We gotta move on.
Stuff is crazy. We gotta move on, man.
I am gonna not. Islam Makhachev versus Dan Hooker. Saram, goes a shout out. We had a little Twitter wager where you were like, interesting fight. I thought interesting fight, blah, 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 nuance, tricky fight for Islam in sneaky ways. And I said, if Islam blows him out of the water, which I didn't think he would do, even though I thought he'd win, you owe Post-Fight Podcast a shout out. And I was like, I think Islam takes him down. And he's like, I think Hooker beats him in the clinch with like striking and surprises him. And I was like, you owe us a shout out if he blows him out of the water. And he's like, all right, deal. Even though you do it anyway. That happened. Islam showed up and
I was surprised, man.
Him. Yeah.
Like, Dan Hooker is a sneaky tough matchup for him. I'm sorry, we thought was a sneaky tough matchup for him.
Maybe.
Yeah. Fight's too short, man. The thing is, fight's too short to really get into. Dan probably shouldn't have thrown that
outside.
Probably shouldn't have thrown that kick. Yeah.
It was a weird decision.
And then I guess Dan was very stally off of his back, which is very bad. He was trying to tie up Islam's cross-facing arm, which that's not really how you're going to save yourself, in my opinion. You're just pinning yourself to Islam for Islam to work through the motions. Dan did a good job of getting half butterfly guard, but didn't really off balance.
He didn't do anything with it. He just held it.
He just held it, and especially when Islam was first fishing for the Kimura, first fishing for it.
That was the chance.
Getting him to post his hands on the mat, or getting him to roll, or getting him to something. Either you can off balance him to get his hands supposed to the mat, so he obviously lets go of the Kimura. Or if he just continues the Kimura, you can get a scramble going. Maybe you can stick your arm out through his grips.
Yeah, that was a surprise to me. I was like actively looking, like, okay, why isn't he doing anything with this half butterfly? And I saw that Islam's right leg was like hooked underneath the left thigh of Hooker, but you can still. I mean, that's how it works. It's half guard. You know what I'm saying? He's got one of the legs.
No, the main thing that told me he was stalling was, again, he just kept on with his free arm.
Doing this.
Tying Islam's cross facing him to his head, so that way he can't move it.
You're letting him work.
But that's not.
He wants.
Yeah, because he's gonna be able. Yeah, he's gonna be able to get free soon, and then that's how I do.
This is his thing. He's much stronger and more grindy than you. He's gonna free that. Honestly, I'm in a very strong, point of control. In front of his corner. I don't know. This was just weird game planning.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wish MMA guys had better bottom games, but it is what it is. Islam is a top 5. I said this to Arman a lot. Islam has been a top 5 lightweight for a little bit, but he hasn't proved it yet. He only has proved it to me, even though he hasn't proved it yet, or to other people, to some guys that think he's good. But he's finally like proved it now. I think probably top 3, to be honest with you, man.
You said minimum. You were right after the fight. You said top 3 minimum.
I did. Damn. Oh snap! I was speaking greasy.
Yeah. You were.
I did say that.
You're gonna hella props.
I did say that.
But him going for that Kimura was cool.
I'm gonna stick by it. Oh, I got a good Kimura, so I can appreciate Kimuras like.
I know you do. Yeah,
love to see that.
But no, Islam.
Love to see that.
Islam was cool because he did like the reverse Kazagatami, whatever. To grab the Kimura. That's always really good. People who are good at that position, it's like really hard to get them off. Like reverse Keza, where you turn away from them. And Hooker was upset about the thing. Your rotator cuff. Thanks. Is very grateful that the ref stopped it. That was done. That was like Henzo. Oh, excuse me. Not Henzo.
Yeah.
It was like
Hey man,
Hoyler versus Sakuraba when Hoyler.
I respect Dan for complaining, but
why do you?
he was done.
I don't.
I mean, I'm not getting
I don't feel
like in
one
the sense
way or
like
the other
that.
about it. Like your shit was done. Like I don't want you to. I would have tapped because
it was done.
Like at that point, like Treyvon, in my mind, like that point, all right. There's no way I should be like if that guy puts my arm that far around my thing. There's a problem here.
Yeah,
like I'm not that.
Yeah.
I'm much worse here, and I shouldn't have gotten here. I want to fight again.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Probably sooner rather than later. So that. I mean, it was. I can't even reach that far. I think that was not it. You know, his leg was over his head. Too. When was the last time I seen more? That was it. That was done. That was bad. Yeah, let's see what's next. I didn't watch or care about Volkov versus Tupor. I actually just found out.
I watched the fight. Don't remember a damn thing. Kamzat and Lee. Very impressive by Kamzat, man. Very impressive. Now he's a top 10 welterweight, man. He should get a main event fight, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He kept Lee in a cycle. Again, I just watched the fight like an hour ago.
Yeah.
So he kept Lee in a cycle of basically. Okay, so he took him down, drug him down. Lee would fight the hands. So he would break him down and make him either post or just like break him down forward. And then he would now, since Lee is still fighting the hands, he would just take his hands free and start to strike. Lee would turn into him a little bit. Then Kamzat would catch a crossbody ride. And then Lee would put himself out of the crossbody ride. And doing that, you go from like sideways to back to like referee's position or wrestling, like a wrestling ride.
Yeah.
And then Kamzat would break him back down again. And he did it 3 times until Kamzat finally said, okay, let me take charge of this situation now. And instead of catching a crossbody ride, which is like a hook, for those of you who don't know, like a hook, but like from the side, he put himself in position with his back towards the cage. So it's like a normal one hook in.
Yeah. And eventually flattened him out from there. Right?
And then beat him up. Really good hand fighting. I loved how he kept like Lee's hands really trapped against the cage or on the mat. So it's hard for him to hand fight. Kamzat's really good, man. He's a really good fighter. I saw what he's doing. Really nice stuff, man. Saw his process. Didn't like how he threw that right hand hard as hell to begin the fight. Like, really calm it down, man.
Yeah, that was a play.
Yeah, like come on, man. Like, chill. Take a breather.
2 of his 3 fights in the UFC and all of his other fights in like life have been the first thing he does is shoot a very hard level change.
I know, right? Yeah, I know, man. Like you give him a goddamn just.
No, and I'm a Chimaev shill. You know what I'm saying? Like, like. Duh, that's why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. I mean, it was like
he was so outclassed on the ground. Who cares? Other than that, like
good hand fighting. Good hand fighting from the rear naked choke when Lee strips the grip on he strips it. So he has the like the hand behind the head thing. Lee strips fights the hands on the top hand. Hamzat switches to gable grip. As Lee's pulling the arm across himself, Hamzat switches side to the other thing. Very, very, very Marcelo Garcia-esque. John was going crazy about that because he's like a mega fan of Garcia's. Yeah, cool stuff. Hamzat, I think it's time for a top guy in a main event on a fight night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what he should get. Absolutely. Yeah, man. Unfortunately, fight was too short to really like get into it. He's gonna have a fight one of these days where it's long, tough. And that'd be a good time. Maybe a championship fight at the time. Maybe it'll be later. Maybe it'll be right now. Who knows? But he'll have a
who else in 170 might give him a hard fight though. Maybe Burns. Maybe
Burns. I think Burns will give. Yeah, I think Burns will be a really good fight for him. Obviously, if he gets to Usman, like tough fight for him.
It is.
I think he beat up Kobe. I think Masvidal could be tough. Leon will be tough. I know. Okay, I know Leon's man. Leon's still my boy, man. No, because he got rocked by Nate Diaz, man. Like,
oh, dude, yeah, that's unfortunate. But he also won every other moment of that fight.
I know, man, but damn, man, he got rocked by Nate Diaz in the 5th round and 1 minute ago. He was out on his feet too. That's the thing.
Yeah, Nate really just decided not to win that fight.
I'm getting sad. Leon's my boy. He would give Kamzat like I think Kamzat deserves a top fight, main event to prove it. He's already top 10 completely. He's one of the best grapplers in the division, clearly. If not the best grappler in the division, clearly. He needs to get a main event fight. And he'll just be slotted into the elite contenders, I think, for a while. He's really good. He gets the Trayvon thumb of approval.
Me too. He's good. Him carrying Liang across the cage was pretty cool too.
No, listen, I say like Kamzat's trash talk is very yes. But I love me some good trash talk, and I love the way how he was talking crap mid throw, mid takedown. That's some good stuff right there.
Well, that's like a way to cement in everyone's eyes. Like, okay, time to give someone better.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. That's some good trash talk right there. That's some good trash talk.
Yeah, because when you pick a guy up and walk and start saying things, it's like you don't do that against elite guys or guys who aren't, are on your level. So let's give him someone better now. Yeah. Good shit. He got Ryan Wagner's approval too, so that means he's good.
Exactly. Yes. So Magomed Ankalaev fought Volkan Oezdemir. I feel bad for Volkan. I know I can say Magomed won. Yes, he's good. He's probably be champion. To be honest, probably be champion in a few year or two.
Who else? I mean, maybe Prohaska could give him a hard time.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. Shut down. Who knows? Who cares?
Yeah. That's not the point. I feel bad for Volkan because he had a hard fight and he got cut really bad. He looked kind of sad, in my opinion.
Dude, he looked. He didn't look bad. He didn't look horrible. I mean, he knows how to fight. He did some cool things.
He looked like Volkan, yeah.
Yeah, he looked like he got hit at one point. He got floored or rocked, and then after that, it kind of went downhill. And
I feel bad for Volkan, man.
Tumen, who the guy who's like the Tandrew Dome or something like that, podcast host, was like he made like a really really good tweet and said, Magomed Ankalaev is just pathologically okay. And I was like, true words have not been spoken, not since the risen Christ.
No, yeah.
So
Magomed, I don't mind watching him fight ever really, but then also it's always just there. You know what I mean? Like, if Magomed's fighting, I'm gonna watch it, and it's always gonna be like, okay, I didn't waste my time, but I didn't like. It wasn't like I was freaking watching Corey and Yan. I was like, oh, but they have a heart attack.
He will never blow your socks off, but he's good.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I'm happy that he's good.
So, yeah, he's gonna be champion soon, so that's good for him. I'm happy for him. He's gonna be able to do nice stuff. So that's good for him. I'm proud of him. And Volkan, damn man, I feel bad for him too. But that's that. That's my bet for the fight.
Now we got the Hebos versus Janji Doba.
Hebos won, which is cool. Dude, guys, man, don't think these girls are here to speak, dude. If you've never trained, or if you're like an average dude and you fighting a trained girl, you gonna be like the rude awakening, man. Like,
one of my larger friends,
you give me shots.
One of my friends was like 190, 195, thought he could beat Valentina Shevchenko in a fight.
You on crack, dude. I'm sorry. I've trained with girls way less skilled than her, and like, I mean, I can feel. I'm like,
not you, but like,
bro, like these. No, yeah, like you give the average, like they would, not the problem, they would beat the hell out of him. Like they would fade you up. They would just beat the hell out of you.
No, you just told me you wouldn't do anything. Like unless you're like massively bigger than them.
Yes, or have some training. Either or, man. Something. Yeah. You need something. You need something. You need something. Add something to the table.
No, yeah, you have to have an advantage of some kind. But like if you're like,
you need something.
John's size with no training, and you want to fight.
No one knows what John's size. Nobody knows. You just like we need to let the audience know, fine. Man.
135, 145 pound skinny Asian.
I think he's bigger than that.
I think.
Hey, but you're disrespecting the man.
This is getting deleted from the podcast.
Is it? Keep it in.
If you're like, dude, I don't know nobody of these people. If you're Hasbulla size, okay, like what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say?
Yeah, if you're Hasbulla size, damn, you getting. It's over for you, man.
It doesn't matter how old you are. You're getting picked up like a little kid and pat on the head. It's so weird. You don't feel bad for him? Like I saw Habib like rubbing his head.
I don't know anything about him. Man. He just pops up on my feed sometimes.
Everywhere.
Pops up in UFC shows. I don't know who he is, really. Like,
dude, I'll tell you. All you know.
I just see him.
He's
no lie. I'm sorry. No lie. During the Islam fight,
you saw him.
Hasbulla came in. He started to like pick him up. In my head, I was like, "Oh, I didn't know Islam had a kid." And I was like, "Wait a minute, that's Hasbulla, bro." I was like, "Oh snap, that's crazy, dog."
Dude, no, I saw him just watching from like the front row as Chimaev was putting. I was like, "That's Hasbulla. Yes, let's go. I'm so happy he's here." I was like, "Dude, Hasbulla is like, he's some random like Dagestani like he's 18 or 17, so teenager with a very rare genetic disorder that like one person, Abdurrotzik from Tajikistan, also has. And he made a TikTok.
Wasn't they beefing? Wasn't they beefing it? Like, wasn't they fighting? Like...
And the audience, yes, it's all a gimmick though.
We don't live in real life, bro. We can't.
No, it's definitely a simulation. Elon Musk was right, but
it gotta be.
But no, Hasbulla. So like he like made a video with a papaya where he was like doing like the "not me God," like he's saying he's many Habib, and just blew up on TikTok. And then he was like a regular dude, and he just got, I mean, you know, as far as his wealth and fame was concerned, obviously he's not a regular dude, but just got super famous. And now Dana White had a meeting with him. It was like, you can sit in the front row of one of our biggest shows.
Dude, yes, he was sitting in the front row. Not to be mean. Everybody's human. Everybody should be deserved. He had his little chair, his higher chair to like see in his crowd. Not to be, man, I shouldn't bring it up. I am a terrible, I'm bad. I need to stop. Next fight, we're going to talk about Zuba versus Ricardo Hummels.
That was actually Zuba's like most impressive performance, because I was like, you can fight? Hello? Like,
no, me too. Yeah. No, again, we talked about this last week. I said, I've seen a lot of Zuba's fights, and I don't remember a damn thing about him, man. I remember him just kind of being like fast and hitting hard and not doing anything. I remember him fighting Hakeem and getting his ass whooped. And then not even get his ass whooped. He kind of didn't do anything. And then I remember him fighting.
And it was like, oh, I've got it. I'm gonna run away.
Yeah, and I remember fighting Lerone Murphy, who yeah, he did. I remember him fighting Lerone Murphy, but I also don't remember a damn thing about that fight. We're gonna talk about Lerone in a second, actually, because Lerone did the damn thing.
Did he fight Lerone Murphy?
Yeah, I feel like I've seen like all of Zuba's fights, and I don't remember anything about him. But this fight was good. He had a good lead hand for like most of the fight, and had some nice counters.
I was impressed with his ability to stay on him, to actually pick the 1-2 when it was like important to throw it, to jab pretty well. I always seen him like, this is my memory of him.
And good entries on his takedowns too.
Yes, that was the thing. He usually, like, I've seen him like dive across the cage for like a really like a bad knee tap, and then lose control of the position and like spam overhands when things got rough. I'm not seeing him like look like measured in his, like, when you get to like the low, like we were talking about this before the recording, when you get to like the lower levels of like the Caucasus meta, it really ends up being like a 1-2 or an overhand without a purpose. Like when you watch the guy who Michelle Alexic knocked out, and then diving on the legs, and then you can see like the systemless nature, like the chaotic sort of uncoordinated nature of that approach fall apart at the lower levels when someone just like doesn't fall forward or can stuff a takedown or counter or anything. And that's kind of what I thought of Zubaira Tukhugov until today, or not today, this fight, and I was like, oh. Huh, that's memorable. Wow, good for you. I was happy. I was impressed. I kind of was like, this is my piss break fight. But no, he did good. Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, it was a fight. Ricardo Hummels is good too. He's a good fighter. So that was, I mean, it was a solid fight. I mean, respectable. Next was Albert Duraev versus Roman Kopylov.
The disappointing Duraev fight where he looked okay on the first one, better than I thought he would, and then he got hit hard with like a left straight, panicked, got the takedown, and then beat the shit out of Kopylov.
Yeah.
Who just didn't give up, and then they're both gassed in the third round.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the fight, basically. Duraev was the much better grappler. Damn near killed that man in the second round. 10-8 for sure, maybe 10-7.
I was very surprised that he didn't stop, that he didn't give up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was very surprised.
The one thing I'll talk... Yeah, he did, yeah. Not much to talk about, man. He just cut through the man guard and just got him out, and then Kopylov did not know how to escape on it at all. Like, he was just punching from the back.
Just sitting on
I hate that, man. Yes, man. I really don't like it when guys punch back from out. I believe he did that in the fight. I don't know. I believe he did that. I can't remember. But I hate when guys do that in general. So yes,
I call it like when you're able to like full mount someone like up to their armpits and just like play drums on their face with like the bam bam, like the Donkey Kong thing. You know what I'm talking about? And, either they're really hurt, you're much better than them, or a combination of those two things, and they're just bad. Like they can't get off. Yeah, you should never be getting.
Yeah, like Kopylov got submitted by
the guy who Robeson.
Yeah, Carl Robeson.
Yeah,
Carl Robeson is a big athletic striker, dude. He can tap guys because he's a big athletic striker, but he's not a grappler. He's not a grappler at all.
I'm sure he got grappled by Vittori, didn't he? He was good. Yeah, he was good, but you know.
I mean, Vittori's a good grappler though, so not in the world. But
if you're getting submitted by Robeson,
Carl Robeson, it is. Carl Robeson freaking almost damn near killed Glover actually in one of their fights.
And then Glover came back.
Yes, exactly.
He elbowed him on the top of the head.
Yes, bro. It is what it is. But yeah, he had like on the back of the head, whatever. Like, and then he had mount on him with the arm trapped. And Glover got his ass out of there.
I didn't speak highly enough of Glover at the start of this podcast. Let's just fucking give it up to that 42-year-old man.
Yes, we didn't.
His path to the title again has been hellacious. He just takes beatings from guys who are younger, faster, better than him, and then just does the same combination to take down to the top and then just smashes them. He almost died in every fight coming into this title run. And no, just look like Kutilaba.
And he did die in a few. He got killed. Gustafsson beat his ass. Rumble damn near took his head off his shoulders.
We don't speak of it.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Is Glover the best light heavyweight in the world? Probably not. But damn it, man, he's got a title. He can say that forever. Can't say nothing. He got the Cody Garbrandt card.
Look, I'm happy for Glover.
Yes, exactly.
I'm so happy for Glover.
Exactly.
As I was watching this fight, I was like, okay, I think I want Glover to win because Yan already did. Yan will always have that really good victory over Adesanya and a great come up and just good beating the guy who beat Jones, brutally beating it.
Yes.
And yeah, I mean, Yan did it.
Mm. Yes, both of them, I got respect for them, man. A lot of respect. But on to
Santos.
Man, okay, I always like Zaleski dos Santos. He's really cool. He hits hard as hell. He's just a cool, like, Brazilian guy. I like those type of dudes. Yeah, man, this fight was horrible. Like, in terms of, like, the refereeing. It was like the worst refereeing show ever.
Some weird ref.
Did you see this fight, Arman?
I went back and saw it. Yeah, the guy was like...
You watched it?
And all sorts of...
It was crazy, right?
The ref should have stopped it.
Oh. It was ridiculous, man. Like...
You good?
It was, yeah. No, it's good. Yeah, I'm good. It was ridiculous, man. Like... I just can't, like...
I can't really understand how... Like, what?
It was a beatdown.
No, and then the guy got poked in the eye and the kick in the groin, and then he's like, he's like, I can't see. And he's like, what am I going to do now? You want to fight? You want to keep fighting? And then the guy's like, I can't see. And he kept fighting. I think I kicked in the groin or something. And he's like, you know what? We're going to take a point away. And I was like,
Yeah. Like, man, the fight was just a beatdown. There's not much to talk about it, man. The fight was so goofy, dude. Like, it was so stupid, man. Like,
this was Sandhagen's debut as well in the promotion.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hard debut.
It was, yes. Dude, ridiculously hard debut, man. ZDS is a good fighter, dude.
Yeah, I don't really understand why they would give him that.
Also, I heard Sandhagen used to, like, it's like a 55, I believe. So,
he only has 8 fights, whereas Sandhagen, this was his 30th fight.
Well, Zaleski's 30th fight, and Sandhagen has like 8 fights.
No, I'm sorry. Like, I meant to say Dos Santos, not SD, yes. But,
yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, what the fuck were they thinking? Like, what? I don't even want to speculate.
Maybe late replacement. I don't know, man. Maybe late replacement.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Let's just offer up the poor guy on a late replacement to a good fighter and then give him the...
Yeah, good fighter, man, yes.
A ref who, like, had a vendetta against him, like a family grudge or something like that. Want him in there. Someone paid that ref to let that guy almost die. I swear, that guy.
I hear that. I hear that ref is crazy out here because, like, do you have guys? If you guys are MMA too, do you guys know who Kaposa is? Kaposa like watches every fight ever. He talking about how that ref is like you letting people die. Yeah. He was supposed to ref a fight on this card, but they pulled him.
They did after this fight, which was the sound decision, unless they wanted to end all of MMA by losing a life in this fucking thing. That guy would have. No, can you imagine if he was reffing Makhachev versus Hooker? The horror we would have seen. Makhachev would have taken the arm home with him.
Bro, yeah, that fight was terrible. Brutal. If you're down for that brutality, watch it. But even still, I don't know, man. So we're going to the next fight. Before the fight again, I was trying to tell Arman, the boy, Michal Olugzachuk. He's the homie, bro.
You've mentioned it before, and I was like, okay, but he's good.
I told him. And Arman watching, he's like, hey, bro, I like Olugzachuk, man. He kind of fun to watch. Because he is kind of fun to watch.
The difference between
you go into the body.
And the stands.
You put the combination together.
Is that I can appreciate when one of the people from, like, because I shill the dudes from my region, but
it's the lame, bro.
When they suck, and someone impressively exposes that they suck.
Olugzachuk is Polish, though.
Yeah, he's not from Poland. Is not.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the other guy. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Gamzatov, whatever his name is. Yeah,
he'll never see this. I'm friends with Shamil Gamzatov on Facebook, and yeah, he looked like ass. He looked bad, and Olugzachuk, like you said, absolutely exposed him. He, like you were saying, just fucking great stuff, man. I was like, this is a good little light heavyweight. He's like a kind of light heavyweight you can expose bad light heavyweights.
Olugzachuk, he's not. I'm not even sure he's a top 10 light heavyweight, but he's the type of guy to, like, be there and hang and do the little small, tiny little things that, like, other light heavyweights just not capable of learning about or not doing. Yeah. And he's fun, man. He had a fight with Khalil Roundtree. He just took his power and beat his ass back. That was so fun to watch. He had a fight with OSP. He beat his ass to the body. He himself gassed
OSP. He likes to throw the left hand to the body too, yeah.
Yes. He had a fight with OSP. He beat his ass to the body. He gassed out, and then OSP bomb flued him, which is the funniest thing ever.
Not the OSP.
Yeah, watch that. Flu. Yes, man. It's so funny, man. Like, Olugzachuk, man, he just, like, crafty, if I have to use a word. He's crafty. And every fight of his is not bad. You know what I mean?
He looked good. He looked good this fight. Honestly, I seen him pressure behind his jab, getting the guy to the thing, throwing nice left hooks to the body, coming up top with that uppercut, broke Gamzatov's nose, and folded him. I mean, he looked good. I saw him using. I think he was using an elbow block at some point. I have to go back and rewatch it if he was. But no, I had never seen him really because I went back and looked at some of his fight, not all of them, but never really seen him pressure behind his jab and try and put people on the back foot. He's also kind of small for heavyweight. He's only 6 feet. Yeah, I mean, he's my height. Mm-hmm. And the guy can.
I don't even think so, man. And he's pudgy too, so he's yeah.
The guy could fight at 170. I don't know if he could.
Probably for real.
Yeah, but good for him. And I'm a new fan. He is my new Sir Rums Michael Johnson, if you will. Yeah, that's who he is for me now.
That's good. The last meaningful fight on the card, at least to me, was Lerone Murphy versus Makwan Amir Khani.
Amir Khani.
I've seen Lerone Murphy fight. I've seen Lerone
I want
fight.
you to say it.
I've seen Lerone fight. I've always been entertained by him, man. He's a British fighter. They don't have wrestling. But he tries really hard and he's good everywhere else. Makwan, the boy Makwan. Man, I kind of sometimes really enjoy him and really don't. His fighting style, to me, he's the worst type of grappler. I love me some grapplers. But he's a guy that just spams shots just cause, with no setup and gasses out grappling. And he can't sustain the pace. And then he panic shoots when he's gassed. I hate that type of grappler, man. They can't keep themselves safe. And they can't, win fights. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Makwan Amir Khani, as you say, is...
Yes, the guy, him. That's the type of grappler that really annoys me. So in the first round, the boy Makwan, he took him down, did the grappling things yet. And Lerone stayed safe, so, it was a dead round. Started the second round, Lerone came out heavy as hell with pressure, feinted like hell, hit him hard one time, and then baited out a good shot, and then kneed him. Love that. I'm not a big fan of knees as takedown defense, but he drew that out
this
clearly.
One was the best. He knew what he was doing. Pressured him into a takedown shot.
Mark was gonna freaking shoot to everything, and he damn near killed him everything. He was out for a while. And that's just good fighting, man. It's just the same as drawing out a punch or drawing out an entry or something, or drawing out a defensive reaction. Because I guess it was a defensive reaction. He shot into a takedown. You're gonna be like, oh god, I gotta shoot. He's hit me, or he's scared me with his feints. And that was just awesome, man. Again, unfortunately, man, the boy Makwan, he just kind of not it, man. Unfortunately, again, sometimes I feel like I want him to succeed, and sometimes I'm like, come on, man, you're not out here you know what I mean? I feel like you could do something, but I guess not.
I have given up on him.
I hope he's okay because he got damn near killed.
It was more the thigh part that hit him.
I think it was just so much force, and then him coming down into it. Yeah, it still hit him hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, Lerone's fun. Lerone's a fun outside top 15 featherweight, which is still an insanely good fighter. He's still a fun fighter. I didn't say this. Bantamweight, I've been saying this for years. Bantamweight's the best division in the UFC. It's kind of insane.
Yes.
It's kind of insane. Featherweight obviously is also just as good, damn near. You know what I mean? Yes. So Lerone, Lerone's, I would be kind of surprised. Not surprised, but if he gets in the top 15, one of these days, I'm like, oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that. But he's still a good fighter, so it shows you how good featherweight is.
Agree. And I mean, honestly, Makwan has always been a serial gasser. If he can't get you out of there with his pretty slick and interesting wrestling stuff in round one, he folds. And this time it was annoying because the dude feints he throws a jab and he feints something else, and then Makwan ducks under.
He hit him hard with a left. He hit him hard with a left. He was aggressive, pressured him, hit him hard with a left, and then he feinted. I don't remember.
He feinted to find the panic shot. Amir showed the level change. Then he comes back. I could call him Amir. Makwan shows the level change. Comes on, and then gets kneed in the head doing the thing that he just showed he was going to do. I was I actually said this after Makwan got up. I was like, okay, Amir Khani is just about to he's going to knock out this round. And then what do you know? He got knocked out. Yeah, kind of bad. I don't think he'll ever get better. Dope ass dragon tattoo. But that's you got to make Persian MMA look better. Although he claims Finland, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, moving down. The next two fights that don't matter. Although you need to watch Nascimento versus Gulambekov. That was really cool. Just very quick comments. Yao Zhong and Petrosky, neither of them belong in the UFC. Petrosky's a spam, really bad overhand rights, decent top control. was bad.
I just saw Yazong's record, man. He's 3-3 now, and that's man. Not to be that guy, it seems like to me he's in the UFC because UFC is trying to get into the Chinese market.
Yes.
Like not being disrespectful, just like I think he's just not that good. And then like obviously like it'd be great if they got in the Chinese market. You know, I'm not sure he's a guy.
No, he's bad. He looked bad. He did not look good. And Petrosky looked even worse than I remember him looking on The Ultimate Fighter. And it was really bad. And it made the UFC look bad. And they should cut them both because they're not good. And that's my opinion. And I really don't have anything else to say. Ulanbekov was given that Abu Dhabi privilege because he lost that fight off his back. I really don't understand how you can train at a gym that's so focused on elite grappling. You just get caught up by the same Kimura trap over and over and over again. It wasn't even like the 3-threat one where you go to the back as well. It was like, get this Kimura trap from like the top from underneath side control, spin around, go for the arm bar. The guy escapes the arm bar, but it gets pretty close. Does nothing meaningful on top of me. In fact, he's on the back foot defending the whole time on top of me, but gets a decision because top control, MMA, DC talking out of his ass.
I didn't watch the fight. I was at the gym doing stuff. So that's the one fight I missed. But I did hear that guy lost as a Khabib training partner from top, and I was like, "Wow, that's crazy, man." That's just made me chuckle.
And also, just serially bad, and I guess unconcerned with the fact that in every fight I've seen him in so far, which to be fair is only 2 in the UFC, he gets his lead leg kicked to shit, limps on it, and never ever even tries to do even the bad stuff MMA fighters do to counter it. He just doesn't do anything. I actually don't have high hopes for Ulanbekov at all. I don't. What do you want me to say? He's like, he's not good. He had cool body luck, like trips and stuff like that, but that's it.
I didn't see the fight. So the last thing I will say is it's unfortunate we didn't get to see Demir Magomed Mustafayev. That would have been a banger. Demir missed weight by like 37,000 pounds. Yeah, that's sad. But this card was cool as hell, regardless.
Demir is such an
watch Peter Yan versus Corey Sandhagen.
Fighter.
Yes. Watch Peter Yan versus Corey Sandhagen like 16 times in a row, minimum. That's about it, man, you guys. That's about it. Be happy to get this episode in. And we'll recap 268, which is next week. Shout out for this card for being free. Well, all the cards for me are free. So all the cards for me are free. I don't know about y'all.
Shout out for the ESPN tools and quality stream for free is what you meant.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant. Exactly. Yes.
You want to do your hot takes real quick on the next one, just to call out who you think's going to win and not why, just to say it?
Yeah. Good luck, Kobe. Wei Lee, 25-minute fight. I think it won't be a quick knockout. So just gonna say, just Wei Lee, if I look cool, you know what I mean? Just to say Wei Lee, just to say it. Big Gagey and Shannon about to be a banger, and Gage is the better banger. Burgos and Clark and Billy Q. Hell yeah, man.
That's on there, yeah.
I talked about it and then I forgot. And oh man, that's a fire fight. Let's go. I hope Burgos' brain is healed. Okay. If so, then I'll probably pick him. Frankie versus Marlon. Damn.
Yeah. Probably Marlon.
Probably me too. Asper Harris making his debut.
Yes.
I'm looking up the guy. I'm gonna see if he has anything. Let me see. Okay, let me see all his losses.
The guy has a picture.
By knockout. Ooh. Okay, all his losses by knockout. I don't know if he can grapple though. Most of his wins are by knockout, so he may be a striker. So he still may be prepared because kickboxers just have a hard time positioning.
If he just dies for the legs and gets it, it might just be the end.
Probably, yeah. That might be it.
I have no idea though. Yeah,
it might just be yeah. Pereira is a death hitter, not close to it in kickboxing. He's a very good striker.
Very good left hand.
It's a guy. Yeah. So yeah, he still might lose though. He just might be bad.
We'll see.
I had Quinta Bobby Green. Let's go, Bobby Green. Big Bobby Green. Let's get it going.
Shoulder roll spammy.
Phil Hawes. I like Bobby Green a lot. Phil Hawes and Chris Curtis, yeah. Shabazian, the man Shabazian is fighting Imavov. Let me see, man. Let me see who Imavov.
You have to really watch him play. But Imavov's got style that could be tricky for Shabazian.
Maybe, yes, man. I can see that, but I remember his fight with Phil Hawes, and I was really disappointed.
Didn't he get taken down over and over again? And then at the end of it, he came back. I could be wrong. I don't remember.
I think he hurt Phil, and then Phil came back. Yeah, I don't know. It was just a weird fight from what I remember.
It is weird. We'll see.
I heard of Ian Gary. He's a Cage Warriors dude, so just take that for what you want. I don't know. Cage Warriors dudes are, but I've heard of Ian Gary. I think Jordan Reigns is the guy who fought
he fought Imavov, and and also recently lost to somehow Mickey Gall.
Yeah, I believe so. Yes,
he's
John Vellante and Chris Barnett. I believe so. Yes, and John Vellante and Chris Barnett, they are fighting at heavyweight. That fight is about to be the best slop ever. I can't wait for it.
Slop.
I'm so ready for that fight. That fight's gonna be awesome.
Yes,
Chris Barnett and John Vellante. I'm really happy that they made this. They didn't have to make this, but they made it.
For some reason.
John Vellante is so hilarious, dude. John Vellante was so big and cut up at 12.5. I think he legit could have just not cut weight and been like a 240-pound heavyweight, like clean. Like he's like Stipe size damn near. Maybe like a smidge smaller. You know what I mean? That's how big John Vellante is. But he decided to get fat as hell
during quarantine. I don't even think he wanted to move to heavyweight. I just think he had to, because if you look at his size. And lost that really weird give up tap out to the
Maurice Green. That was hilarious.
Yeah, prolonged Green's career in the UFC.
No, like John Vellante, man. He's just kind of like Chris Weidman's like buddy. I mean, John's just dude. He's just there. But him at heavyweight is so beautiful. I can't express it because again, if you guys look at him at 205, he's just like a big 205er. He's just like a big guy cut up too. You know what I mean? Not like he looks good. And then at heavyweight, it's a complete body transformation, like in the negative. And no body shaming. Get fat. I like my fat fighters. You know what I mean? Fedor, awesome. Stay fat, Fedor. You know what I mean? Stay fat. I'll let that slide. You know
he was fat as fuck at heavyweight.
He was pretty big.
Humongous. That guy's not tall at all. He's like 5'11". That guy had to get.
I don't think he's 5'11" either, man. He's man. You know
he's
what
like Habib's height. Habib is listed at like 5'10". Like they're not.
Yeah, I think he's short because like his max height I think is legit 5'11" or like maybe not.
He's taller than DC.
Yes, you know what I mean.
DC
I think he's gonna be like 5'9".
Easter Bunny, man. He looked humongous at that way. I mean,
yes,
stomach.
He did look humongous. But no, it just John Vellante and Chris Barnett. Chris Barnett, if you don't know him, he's a weird ass dude. He's still like spinning kicks and all that.
Very
and
athletic.
But like, yes,
yeah, like full
sneaky athletic. But he's also enormous as well. So it's awesome. It's just watch the fight, man.
It's just like, the word slop.
Damn, I'm using really disrespectful language. Watch the damn fight. Just watch that thing. You know what I mean?
I would have said that, but wow, that's the perfect word to describe. It's really just going to be hilarious. But Chris Barnett's last one against who did he fight? He
fought Ben Rothwell.
I can remember.
And I remember he grappled with Yoel Romero. Yoel Romero the hell out of him.
Yeah, but he full split and like he got put. Dude, Barnett is like weirdly athletic for his like the things he can do for his size. So he jumps in the air.
Because Chris Barnett is legit like 5'9". I think he's like 265.
Yeah, he's huge.
But then he'll hit like
a double handspring or something like that.
Dude, yes. Dude, he's so awesome, man.
No, he's
so cool,
like,
dude.
Probably like, he's just awesome. Like, that's it.
He's cool. He's cool, bro. And like him and John Vellante.
Yeah, like just awesome. Like, I love to watch him fight because it's just like, this is so unbelievable and entertaining. He's not a good fighter. We need to get that out of the way. He's not good. No, he's horrible. I mean, he's just really there's no rhyme or reason to what he does, and not in a good way. But no, I mean, he's really not good. But it's impressive that he moves the way he does. It's hella impressive.
Watch this damn fight. We talk about this for like 5 minutes, man.
Yeah.
Watch me like
this is supposed to be hotcakes.
No matter what happens, even if it's terrible, that'd be hilarious. Whatever it ends up on the spectrum is gonna be awesome, no matter how you slice it. Mm-hmm. Except if it's like a mid fight, it can't be a mid fight. But I don't know how it's gonna be a mid fight. Anyway, how you slice it, bro, it's gonna be hilarious. Except if it's a mid fight.
Well,
like a middle. Like,
I'm excited. This will be like the
yes
comic relief. Anyway, next one. Trey, we gotta go down. We gotta go down the thing.
Yes. Okay. I don't know who the Bruno Silva and Meslick. I do know about Bajarian. I'm tripping. Yes, I don't know who the other guy is, so I'm picking him.
Oh, it got changed. It was Laramie. It's Bruno Souza.
Oh, really? Yeah, Silva. That's what I said. Whatever. Who cares? I don't know. I don't know who that is. The first fight on the card is his name is CJ Vergara. He's actually like a regional Texas guy. I've seen him fight. He had a crazy ass fight with Jacob Silva on the regional scene. If you can watch it, it's on Fight Pass. You can watch it.
Ooh.
Crazy ass fight. That was a banger. I was in there attendance. We was in there jumping, man. Yes, I was in attendance. Come on, my man Cameron was fighting on that card. That hoe was crazy, man.
Which fight of Cameron's?
It was no. Man, I forget. He has so many fights. I know his fights, but I forget which card each is on.
Okay, so recently? It was like a while ago.
I mean, it was recent. It was this year. Okay. But he's had so many fights this year. Yeah. But no, like CJ Vergara, he had a fight with Jacob Silva, one of the Fury cards. That fight was fire, bro. God damn. One of the best regional fights I've seen, man. That fight was crazy. And I was in the tennis. Everybody was just jumping, spazzing. You know, the energy was there, man. That hope was wild. He's fighting Ode Osborne. Ode's pretty cool. He's okay. I don't mind Ode. That's going to be a fun fight.
Who do you pick?
That's the card. Boom.
Who do you pick?
Damn. I don't know the guys enough. I'm going to pick CJ just off the Houston rep to Texas rep, all that. Just off of that. Since
this was supposed to be like a hot take, who do you pick without explanation thing? I know. Barnett got us wilding, but yes. I'm gonna go down with that. Usman's gonna viciously destroy Covington, and I think it'll probably expose the fact that Covington is not very good and is a mid-tier welterweight. Yeah.
Mid-tier, good welterweight.
Middle top 15 type of welterweight, but he's not he's really
mid-top. Yeah, top 7, if they're 5-ish.
Chimaev would beat him.
Say it again?
Chimaev would beat him.
Oh yeah. That's easy one.
Yes, but that's an insult to Covington, not a praise to Chimaev.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, Namajunas versus Zhang Weili. I'm gonna lead Namajunas as it goes down the stretch. Probably Weili. Namajunas has a tendency to fade, especially if you touch her body. It's like it's made of tissue paper. She gets really discouraged. I want Namajunas to win, but I think I'm going to go with Weili as a hard decision or late stoppage. Yeah. Gaethje, I'm picking Gaethje Chandler. I just think Gaethje's better at it. I don't really want to get into why. Burgos versus Quarantillo. I think if Burgos is in top form, it goes to Burgos. I think he is I favor him in a matchup of this type. Man, I really don't want to see. Edgar, just getting killed by Sandhagen. This is just sad. Probably Martin Vera by unanimous decision. I don't know anything about Mikhail, this Grecian, I think he is. I don't know anything about him. I have not seen any of Alex Pereira's MMA fights, and they signed him because he knocked out Adesanya, which is not a qualifying. It's not. Why would they do that? It's like bringing Gokhan Saki into the UFC on 2 fights. But Iaquinta versus Bobby Green, no brainer. Bobby Green moving from the one overhand that Iaquinta throws in the badly timed shot, and winning a decision. Phil Haas versus Chris Curtis, I don't care. Shabazian versus Nasruddin Imavov. Shabazian's much closer to where I'm from. You know that whole thing. But I'm actually going to think Imavov wins this fight, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's hard to know, man. I don't know, man. I haven't thought about it. I'm going to probably go Imavov. I think Shabazian, I think Shabazian probably, if it goes to stretch, I'm going Imavov. I think Imavov outlasts him and like land really I think he lands like slicker counters. I think he does better work front kicking. And
I just saw this. I'm sorry. All of Shabazian's fights, basically that he's won, have been in the first round.
That's what I was saying. I think he punched himself out.
He had a third round fight with Darren Stewart that he won, that split decision, but he took big ass damage in that fight. Yes, at the end, and then the other 3 round fights were against Derek Brunson and Jack Hermanson, which he just moved. So.
Yeah, and Nasruddin Imavov is actually a good. He's been in wars. He shows that he can stick to it, and I do think he actually wins attributively. He's a decent kicker if I remember correctly, and a decent kickboxer, so I'm going with him. Ian Gary versus Jordan Williams. Kind of think it doesn't matter. I don't know Ian Gary that well. I think Jordan Williams is
I heard of Ian Gary.
I know he's like a capable.
Ian Gary's undefeated.
I see.
Yeah,
but Jordan Williams is like a diabetic guy, can't cut weight, not very good. I point that out because he's the first diabetic fighter.
Wait, no, isn't that the Ultimate Fighter winning guy, Jason Battle or whatever?
No, that's Brian Battle.
Brian
Williams,
Battle?
Yeah, Brian Battle.
I think I know you're talking about, man. Okay, yeah, just keep on going on. Keep on going. Sorry. I'm going off.
No, he definitely does have diabetes. Yes. and that's why he can't co-weight. But he is now. He was at 185, and now he's at 170. Apparently, he had some treatment. I don't know. He's not very good. He lost to Mickey Gall, which just says everything I feel like I need to know, and I'm uninterested. I don't know who wins. Probably Volante beats Barnett, to be honest with you. Alex Akama versus John Allen. No pick. Milsic Bagdasarian. I'm going to go with him. Or I think it's Bagdasarian is how you pronounce that. Treyvon just totally fucking ignored me earlier when I tried to get him to say Amir Khani correctly, and he just doesn't want to do it. Yeah, so I'm going with Milsic and probably Odie Osborne. But I would be happy if Vergara wins.
No, yeah, that's about that, man. We'll talk about the card on big picture. Yep, big picture. Oh, damn, I just saw Holloway about to beat the hell out of Yair the week after that.
Oh, good. That's the week after. This is just getting better. Thank God we had that little dry spell. These are just...
No, because the card is trash. The card is trash.
Well, we'll be rewarded with Holloway.
Well, we'll watch on all-time great fighter match, so it's okay.
Oh, no, this card sucks. Well, Arce versus Yedong. That's it. That's it. Oh, no. Oh, God. What am I going to look forward to? Jessica I
Mark
again?
The case and Rafa Alves. We're going on another note. That's it for the episode, you guys.
It's 1:10 in the morning, guys, so we're gonna get out of here. But yeah, I mean, this whatever. Watch the real main event. Watch the whole card, to be honest. It was great, except for Volkov and Tibura. You can skip that one. It doesn't matter who won. Anyway. See y'all later.
Yeah, that's it for the episode, you guys. Yes, bye.